Boom.
Boom shakalaka. We're live.
Boom. There it is. There it is, man. Valhalla Crypto. Man. We should call you Stuntman. Valhalla Crypto. Valhalla, thank you for joining us driving. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm good, man. It's a pleasure to always be on the podcast as usual. You guys are getting to see a different, a different version of me today because I don't have my fancy background on and I'm cruising in the car. But no, man, I'm excited to be on and joining you two fine gentlemen on another fine Friday evening or Thursday evening. Excuse me.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I feel like, Friday. That's wishful thinking, TJF, to all you that are actually watching this live on the other side of the world. But, Valhalla, definitely glad to have you back, brother. And, please drive safe. Talk about dedication. This man is multitasking to the max here. So, but, Valhalla will be talking today about his newest, latest, greatest project, StackG Money. We were going to have Arno St. Paul on the line with us, but unfortunately he was not able to make it. Crypto Bronze is off tonight. And, of course, we got the super cool, most laid-back guy I know, Moneybag Rico. Moneybag, how are you tonight?
Doing great, man. Happy to be on the podcast as always. And Valhalla here. And we're going to hold it down for the StackG, even though Arnold's not here. And we'll hold it down for Clint as well, a.k.a. Crypto Bronze, and do our thing on the podcast for both communities here.
That's it. Absolutely.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Thank you all for joining us tonight, whether that be live or if you're watching this recorded. As usual, we're going to be going through the Bitcoin chart, kind of see where we are on that, kind of step into a little bit of the news that's out there. Then we're going to get right into the good, just the good, that is StackG Money. So, we'll go ahead and jump right into the charts here. Let me go ahead and pull up the chart for Bitcoin.
I think Crypto Bronze was trying to get out of that bet, man. That's his. We had that gentleman's bet just fooling around last time, and I don't know. We're gonna have to call him on that.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like both you and I had went a little bit over.
Yeah,
a little bit over. I think that by default he wins, but I don't know. He's not here, so you can't win if you're not here.
Hey,
I think So, I think what we'll do here today is, Moneybag, you and I will go ahead and just have another gentleman's bet. See what this looks like 1 week from today.
Let's do it.
But let's just go through the chart here real quick before we do that.
Absolutely.
It looks like we're currently running at roughly around 28,000 even, 2,800. Wow, talk about a steal. But 28,000, we've been pretty steady over the past, say, day or so. If you take a look at some of the news, they're saying the whales are taking some profits. Well, I don't know about you, but I just keep on buying. So we've had a pretty good run up, though. If you take a look at this, where we were, say, in January, roughly around in the 16,000s, upper 16,000s. Pretty good profit if you got in at those levels and were able to hodl. But looks like we're going to be riding pretty steady, and I feel like my mark is still right around 32,000. Yeah. Moneybag, what do you say you?
That's
just going to be
that's actually
hanging out. Or?
Yeah, that's a really good price. Obviously I had set 40K because I was shooting for the moon, and I just want it to happen already. I want us to have that feeling again, where it's like it's happening and the FOMO kicking in. And I never prayed, and I don't think I'm going to start, but I guess I never hoped for banks to go down. Like I was like, oh, maybe another one will go down and kind of send it, because that bear market was kind of brutal for us in the crypto space, and it's kind of like that relief is happening now and that light at the end of the tunnel. And yeah, I wanted it to happen a little bit faster. I wanted that 40K right away, but yeah, we're still looking very good. We're looking really good, and we're still very, very early. Those who are just joining crypto, who are new to crypto, or those who are finally just getting a bag of BTC, do not think that it's still too late or whatnot like that. It is still very, very, very early. We are pioneers. We are the trailblazers of the cryptocurrency market.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. Valhalla, what say you? Are we hanging out at these levels for a little bit longer? Are we going to the moon? Are we going down, down, down?
We're definitely not going down. You know, if everyone's, you know, where would I start, man? I always like to be on the other side of the fence, right? So when everyone's screaming Bitcoin's going to 12,000, 6,000, I'm looking at it from the perspective of what are the charts telling me, right? What does the charts say? And if you're looking at the charts and you're reading the charts are telling you that the bear run, you know, the bear market's coming to an end. We're working our way the direction we want to go. You know, I feel like the bull's coming. I'm in the ballpark with you. I think around 30, 32,000 is definitely possible. You know, one thing a lot of people were saying was like, well, was this just a safe haven run with bank failures? Is that why we saw Bitcoin pump? I'm going to disagree with that. And my reason for that is the charts over the last 2 to 3 months have all been starting to show those bullish indicators, right? You're starting to see the signs. You know, we've built a solid foundation. We've come out of the Gaussian channel. We've held steady. We've printed our first line above the 200 moving day average. You're starting to see those small signs that are stating that Bitcoin's making that turn, right? We're starting to turn the market. If we weren't seeing those indicators, you know, and you were starting to see more fear, you were starting to see that downward dip again, I could see where maybe, we might retest, you know, our base and then start our move back up. I don't see that at this point. I think we're going to hold 28,000. I think we're going to move into the 30s. You know, we're going to break that natural resistance that's there because that's right around the FTX debacle and everything else. And I think once we break that and start to move up, it's on from here. You know, we're on the launch pad, in my opinion.
To the moon. Yeah, you know what? If you guys don't mind me jumping in really quick, I'm actually glad that we got Valhalla here again. Obviously, we're going to be talking about StackG, but this reminded me of our last time we had a live stream. And of course, we'll get the cliche, cheesy thing out the way. It's not financial advice. We're just up here having fun.
Right.
But Valhalla, you reminded me last time of that live stream, and we were all kind of talking that me, Tex and Whale, Valhalla, we were feeling bullish before this thing kind of popped off. And like I said, we'll get the cliche out of the way, not financial advice, but I will say that we were obviously not spot on. Nobody's going to be perfect. Nobody has Miss Cleo's crystal ball to look into, but we were feeling like that bear market was over and we were ready to kind of start pumping up. And we talked about the 200 moving average. We talked about the Wyckoff distribution pattern. And, you know, overall, it is moving in the right direction. It's a nice steady growth. And that was something interesting that you said, that people are saying that it's because of the banks. And you know what? If they say that, they can just go check out our last live stream that we had together. That was before any bank went down. We were already feeling bullish. We already knew that it was going to start moving up because we had all these indicators that was showing us. And the 200 moving average is something that a lot of traders pay attention to. And since traders are looking for self-fulfilled prophecies, if we're all agreeing on this thing and we're holding the support above it, you know, that's just going to keep pushing and stuff. So yeah, I completely agree with you. And that was that was good memory. Actually, we were having a good time, and I think we could pat ourselves on the
back. Yeah. I mean, just to add to it, you know, it's you got to look in cycles, right? And if you look at one thing with Bitcoin, you look at the foundation that's been built. Sorry, I'm watching oncoming traffic here at the same time as we're talking. But if you look at the foundation that's been built from when we entered the bear cycle to where we are today, there's very strong structural support. You can see where we've crossed above the 200-day moving average. We've minted that first candle. It's a green candle. There's not a ton of selling pressure on it. It's not something that looks like it's going to wick back down. I think we've crossed that threshold. I really do. I think that we're going to see 30,000 Bitcoin. You know, we're going to test that. That's an emotional level, right? We're going to test it, and if we hold it, we flip it and we use it as support, I think it's on to 40,000 from there. You know, I still think the bull run is a couple months out. You know, I keep saying June, July. Like for me, I feel comfortable saying I think we're gonna start to see some massive moves by that time. You know, given we don't have any crazy black swan events. Everybody in the world, especially in the United States, just seems to be out to get crypto. And you know, one thing I said today earlier, on Twitter was, the more you FUD crypto, the stronger we become.
Yeah.
The more you try to make crypto look like the enemy, the more the people are going to flock to it, because they're starting to see the flaws in the financial systems, right? Bitcoin is that virtual gold, and people are starting to take notice of decentralization. As long as there's projects out there that keep educating and keep trying to do the right things, now we're going to see more and more adoption moving away from fiat and into crypto. And I really feel like this is going to be a good bull run. So,
yeah, I agree. And it's interesting that you had indicated, that the U.S. is kind of dead set against it at the moment, and we're going to be talking about that in just a moment regarding the CFTC against basically kind of trying to ban all trades of crypto. But before we do that, Moneybag Rico, what do you think? You thinking what's your number? What's your bet?
If you don't mind, let me bring up my chart, since we've been doing this, and we can just it's good records actually, and it's a good time actually. We're doing pretty good, rocking with it big time. Actually, let me see. All right, so let's get this chart out really quick. Let's move this over here. Got a couple screens. All right, let's do this like this. All right, so we're sharing the right screen right now. Very cool. All right, so we got that 200 moving average we've talked about, Valhalla's talking about. Obviously, I wanted to go to 40. We got some areas. I think that you guys are right, breaking above that 30, getting into this zone right here. There's probably this channel right here. I think you guys are spot on. It's going to be hard for me not to say 40 again, because I just wanted to take off. I honestly just wanted to literally go parabolic. I want the God candle. I'm not going to lie to everybody on here. And I want our payback, because that bear market, let's be honest, was brutal. It was rough. And, things happen in cycles, everything in life, the leaves grow on a tree and then they fall off, and it's our turn to have a good time. As the banks are falling and they're saying no crypto, well, now we're saying no banks, it's our turn. But I think you guys are spot on. If we look at this support right here, we're looking at this, that is exactly that 32 and a half. Obviously, I'm shooting for the moon. Don't mind me, but we're still looking good. This is on the daily chart. We're going to be testing this, where we're at 28, which we did. We actually went to 29,000, depending on what exchange you're looking at. So getting above that 30, we're going to be dancing around in this range right here, realistically, that 30,000 to 32. But I'm going to shoot for that 40K again, man. I'm just going to shoot for the moon, because it's our turn to shine. And it can literally happen just like it happened before, just overnight, and nobody expected it. It was like, is it at 40? Nope. You missed it. It's at 52 now. So what? It's at 52. Yeah, that was an hour ago. Now it's at 60 something. So, I want that to happen again, and I can't wait to experience it for the second time. And I believe that this FOMO is going to be a lot bigger. And with the banks falling, it should send it well over 100K, because now we have proof of concept. Before, we didn't know what that all-time high could be and where it was going to turn around, but yeah, now people are going to be saying, easily it can go to that 69. So I'm going to stick to 40, and I'm going to be a moon boy for a couple weeks, if you guys don't mind.
Man, I love it. Valhalla, you want in on this bet, Valhalla? What do you say? 1 week from now, 1 week from right, 1 week from today, next Thursday. What's your number? What's that mark?
I'm going to say 32.5.
Oh man. Okay.
I think right around there, like I said, there's that emotional resistance, right? And I want to see 40K. I want to see 60K, man. I want to see his moon. But I think we got one more big test. We got to break and hold that 30. I think we're going to break the 30. We're going to see that move up, and we're going to see some of that selling pressure that's going to bring it down a little bit. And then I think from there we're going to start up. So I'm going to say 32.5. I think that's my comfort zone.
All right, I think that's a good number. I like the number, but you know what? I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna say that we're gonna go 44. And so if you take a look at the RSI right now, the RSI is that's relative strength there, folks. It's running right around, which is verify that 62. Last time we topped out and we started to see a retrace, it was right around 88. So there is room for growth. And if you were to take a look at some of the historic values, where we went from 39 all the way up to 66, relative strength index only increased by, and this is over a few days, only by, say, 9 points. So I think that's possible. I think we could potentially have a run up. I feel like timing is right. We have XRP. It seems like that is getting really strong. We have the tax money coming in. Folks are getting their check from Uncle Sam, and they're putting it right where it belongs, into crypto.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 44, and well, let's see what happens.
Yeah. We're close to that 40 range.
That's super bullish.
If you guys go to like if you guys go like on monthly charts on a lot of like on your phone, a lot of them will show like I know we look at the daily, we look at the weekly, but if you actually on your phone click on the monthly, the next all-time high to erase off the screen and put a new one, it's right around that 40 range. It's gonna be nice. So yeah, we got two Moon Boys ready to take off. We got Valhalla. He's ready with us. He's gonna hold us down on the 32.5. And that's going to be our support, and then we're going to take off from there. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, I feel a little more conservative on this last little push at 32.5. Definitely not bearish by any means, but man, you guys are going to the moon, 44 and 40. Wow.
Well, I don't know if I got to be honest. I feel like I like 32. 32 is a really good number. Yeah, but to Moneybag Rico's points here, if it does break through, there is that potential that it could break a few lines. So a few resistance levels. We'll have to see what happens. We just need some solid news, some good news coming out, and that's all it takes.
Or this bad news that's been working in our favor. We're not used to this. This is bad news for the banks. That's actually been good news for us. This is, be careful what you wish for. Sometimes you don't want no bad news, but I guess as long as it's about banks messing up and going down, then I'm all for it, I guess. It's like, all right, that's some good bad news.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. It's a weird position to be in when you're like, man, the bad news is bringing the good news. I'm not used to that at all.
Never.
No, agreed. All right, folks. Well, you heard it. Man, we got some solid numbers there. 32 all the way up to 44. Let's see what happens. Crypto Bronze, you missed out on this one, brother. That's all right. You're coming to get on the next one.
So we got Barbara and Barbara Inu in the chat. Just want to give her a shout out. Barbara, what's your number on BTC? If you're still in the chat, let us know where you think BTC is headed to. Are you gonna join the Moon Boys? Are you gonna be conservative with Valhalla? Where we're at today? Where's Balbara at today? What news do you got for us, Texan Whale? You said you got some news?
Well, yeah, let's see what we got here. So we talked about this. Valhalla's kind of touched on this, about the U.S. kind of being dead set against crypto. And I agree. When you start hearing news like that, you got to start feeling really good about crypto, because when they start attacking, that's when we start mooning.
Yep.
So CNN had this... actually within the past, say, 24 hours. Let me know that you guys can see this.
Yep. See it good.
All right. So basically indicating that U.S. case against Binance calls out one of the worst kept secrets in crypto. So what we're talking about here is the CFTC, the Commodity Futures Trade Commission, basically sued Binance. And they basically just said that, that overall they should not be trading any type of commodities at all in our space in the U.S. It does violate what they're claiming is U.S. trade laws, among other things. And they're saying that they also secretly coach VIP customers within the U.S. how to evade compliance controls. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of sounds about right. I feel like what they're doing is they're educating folks how to properly apply taxes and tax laws to any type of trading of either commodities or assets, depending on how you want to look at it. I mean, the rich do that all the time. You know, when you take a look at the big names, Donald Trump, etc., Elon Musk, they're not paying any tax. Most of the time, they're getting money back. So I don't see anything wrong with coaching VIP customers how to evade compliance, as long as they're not breaking any laws. I'd like to better understand what that looks like. But no, more of the same. What about Rico? What do you guys think? Do you feel like this is good news, bad news, just more of the same nonsense?
What I think is what I love about crypto is that it's this dragon that every time they try to cut the head off, innovation comes out. You know, it's like I really now I'm encouraging them to slice the head off this dragon time and time again, because every time they do this to crypto, if it's staking or whatever they try to do, crypto literally just grows 3 new heads and we figure out a way around it. So I dare them to continue to use that sword in vain and try to slice crypto up left and right, because it is decentralized and we will always find a new way. When it comes to innovation and technology, humans, we cannot let that go. And this is not going to go nowhere. What would we do? There'd be no podcast. There'd be no Bahala. There'd be no BRB Cash. There'd be no StackG. Come on. We're not going back to the Stone Age. There's no way. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep faith in crypto. And every time they try to do that, you know, we come up with something new. Like I said before, maybe in the short term, it's a little bit scary. You know, I have said in the past that if something happened to Binance, it could knock some things into the Stone Age. But I think he has enough money and enough know-how that he's made it this far. I don't want to say too much, and because I've seen people do that with FTX, but I think he's smart enough to keep afloat. And he showed that when he did Binance.us, because that hurt me in the past when before I could just use the regular Binance, and then they made everybody switch to Binance.us, which supposedly the land of the free, but really a lot more rules than ever before, because now we weren't able to do different types of trading and whatnot like that. So that was another perfect example in the past that when they did that, there was just another way around it over and over. So I don't see this being bad. I wish I was one of those VIPs, to be honest with you, if anything. What about you, Bahala?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Texan Will hit right on the head, right? When the rich are using it, it's acceptable. When the middle class, or what they would consider the less ingenuous class, try to use those same laws or those same open paths to better your financial freedom, suddenly it's this cataclysmic situation that has to be dealt with. And I view that as, again, the more you attack crypto, the stronger crypto becomes. Just like you said, Rico, you cut one head off the dragon, 12 more grow. Innovation will always lead the way. CZ, this is not CZ's first rodeo with attacks, especially from the FCC and from the US. I mean, they were on him about transparency with how much money you had based on what you say you have in your treasury and your coffers, and can you prove it? Then they tried to come after him with the audits. And while other massive crypto exchanges like Crypto.com, Coinbase, which is the most regulated in the United States, struggle to provide that documentation, despite how regulated they are, CZ Binance said, yeah, let me make some phone calls and I'll show it to you. And he did exactly that. And it was a 1-for-1. Everything matched. The books matched. Again, I just feel like, they view Binance as the Leviathan in the crypto space. And I think they feel that if they can take Binance down, they can finally start to control crypto, which is the wrong way that they're looking at this. They should be embracing the innovation, embracing businesses like Binance, that are constantly at the forefront of that innovation, because that's how we move forward as a country. That's how we move forward. We don't look to the past for answers. We look to the future. So yeah, I'm as bullish as I've ever been on crypto. And the way I look at it, if FTX couldn't take crypto down, this ain't going to take crypto down.
Right.
I mean, valid points, each of you. I think that we're just going to have to pay close attention. Obviously, you always want to make sure you're doing your own research. And really, I feel like it depends on the news that you're watching and which channel it is. You may get a different narrative. So maybe it's important to just take a look at different news channels or news stations, as it were, to get different points of view. Just to keep it real, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're just trying to hear your own narrative, especially in finance, well, then you're going to be missing out on something. So just keep that in mind, folks. But listen, we really want to get into the good that is happening in StackG Money. So Valhalla, what I want to do is maybe you can start by telling us. I'm going to go ahead and pull up your page here, and you guys are. Let me just verify StackG.io. We're going to be pulling that up here. Tell us a little bit about the project.
Yeah, so man, it's been a journey, man. It's been a journey in crypto for me and Arno, and really for us, through this bear market, we've put money into projects thinking that they were going to be a solid, good project, and they ended up being just, either another rug pull or overpromised and underdelivered. And, me and Arno got together and we said, man, it's time we make a change. It's time we do something for the average investor. We're not going to promise you that I'm going to make you a millionaire. I'm not going to promise you that I'm going to make you a ridiculous amount of money. What I'm going to promise is that you're going to earn USDT stable based on buy and sell trading volume. And that's it. Something straightforward, something very simple, right? I'm not going to put some ludicrous, crazy roadmap out there and tell you that, I'm going to do 22,000 things to make the crypto world a better space when I have no intention of doing that. I'm not going to promise you things that we can't accomplish. Our slogan is that crypto shouldn't be difficult, right? And a centralized exchange should never be at the forefront of decentralization. We firmly believe in keeping crypto in DeFi. And that's how our smart contract is completely designed. So a little bit on the smart contract. The smart contract is designed to reward holders in USDT stable. So it's based on an algorithm. There's an X amount of tokens that will be bought and sold, and then when they hit a certain batch point, which is 1,000 coins traded, it sends a batch out to everybody, and that batch amount of USDT that you will earn is based on two factors: the trading volume at the time the batch was received and the size of bag that you hold. Now, with StackG, we really wanted to make sure that no whale could take advantage of this coin, that no holder that has, $80,000 in BNB can come in here and swoop and own 40% of the supply. So we put anti-whale measures in place. During pre-sale, you could have a 2% bag. You could only buy that during pre-sale, and that was 20,000 tokens. After pre-sale, the max bag has and will always remain at 1%. That's 10,000 tokens. If you sell any of that 20,000 tokens that you have, or that 2% max bag from pre-sale, you will never have a chance to gain that again. It's gone. The 1% bag mantra makes sure that nobody dumps on the charts, nobody takes advantage of investors, and it equalizes token distribution, which in my mind is huge. We want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to get the bag that they want, if it's available. But at the same time, that we don't have, 51% holders, and then we only have 15 or 20, smaller holders because the price of the token maybe has run up. We really wanted to make sure that we did the right thing for the investor, and we made a project that made sense for the average day individual. One thing that I will say, Tex and Will, for me, that was really huge. Sorry, give me a second here. One thing that I will say that was really huge for me was when we designed it, thinking about, the individual that's at home that's working a 9-to-5 job. that's got, the bills on the table, that has the car, they got the car payment, right? They got their mortgage or their rent. They're already strapped on a 9-to-5 job. I have an opportunity to put a little bit of extra money in their pocket, right? I have an opportunity to help them with the bills on the kitchen table. That really is what StackG hits home for me, is hitting that golden point of being able to take care of that investor, being able to offer them a way to make some extra money without really having a bunch of concern about calling the top, having to worry about the initial investment itself, something that's overpromised and underdelivered. And again, it's predictable. When we designed it, we want StackG eventually to be a day trader's token. If you look at our price chart right now, you'll see when we launched on pre-sale, we ran a 7x. We went all the way to 20 cents. We then dropped down, right, back down to around a 15-cent price point. We fell down to a 7-cent price floor, which was sustained, heavily sustained, with a lot of support. We have bounced, up to about a 9 to 10 price point, come back down to around a 7, and we've held. Right now, I think we're trading at 9 cents. It's a very predictable token. So for somebody who wants to come in and day trade, this is a day trader's haven. And the beautiful part about it is if you have day traders that are just buying and selling, flipping and making a profit, if you're a holder of StackG, well, guess what you're doing? You're earning USDT rewards based on the buy and sell volume. So it's a very ingenious smart contract the way we have it designed. And the beautiful part is the rewards are not rewarded in StackG tokens, so you never have to worry about the chart being dumped, right? We reward you in USDT, not in StackG. So when you sell those rewards, you go pay some bills, or maybe you make another play in crypto, you're not affecting the chart. So you're never hurting your actual bag, and you're being rewarded for holding. It's literally, in my opinion, what crypto should be. It's straightforward and it makes sense.
Yeah, I've taken a look at some of the information on your website at stackg.io. Boom. The tokenomics, it's indicating that there's no mint function, no burn mechanism.
Correct.
And I love that, because that basically you can't control the charts just by minting if you needed to, or burning if you needed to. So that
let me touch on that real quick, because it's real important what you said there. So StackG only has 1 million tokens in total supply. Now, I want to mention the burning aspect, and this goes to anyone listening that's curious about StackG, because you've gotten it engraved in your brains that burning is the greatest thing, that if the token doesn't burn, that it's not a good token. Well, let me go back here, that a lot of these tokens in the crypto space right now, they have a ridiculous total supply. 9, 10, 11 zeros attached to it. Yeah, you better pray that token burns, because if it doesn't burn, you're never going to see price points that are truly going to make you a profit. With StackG, we don't want to burn, because I'm literally taking rewards out of the holder's hands. We want those tokens to sell and then get bought back up and trigger trading volume, because that is what triggers the batch payments in USDT. If the token burned, I'm literally taking money out of my investors' hands. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely it does. And yeah, when you talk about the total supply being 1 million, I mean, that's when I love numbers like that, because numbers like that make sense. When you see these massive numbers, and then this, like you indicated, 16 zeros, what are they thinking? What's the purpose? And so your tokenomics overall definitely makes sense. You indicated that you guys are staying on decentralized. Now that's unique, because I feel like you're one of the few that I've heard as of late, for sure, saying we're not going on any centralized exchange. And I can appreciate that. I can understand where you're coming from. There's a lot of risk in doing that. A lot of failed centralized exchanges. And I think that even though that only was maybe 6 months ago, if that, people forget.
Yeah. Well, it also goes against our tokenomics too, because, so think of it this way. If a centralized exchange swoops in and let's say they buy 50,000 StackG, okay, which they'd have to make multiple wallets in order to do that, and then pull them in their centralized exchange, though that's 50,000 tokens that's no longer being traded in DeFi. So it's no longer triggering USDT rewards for all holders in DeFi. So a centralized exchange actually goes completely against the mantra, because it takes money out of our holders' hands. Everything about StackG is designed in a symbiotic relationship to work in the realm of DeFi. No burning, no centralization, strictly decentralization, and rewarding you in USDT stable, which, might I add, is the oldest and most trusted stablecoin in crypto. And why is that? Well, it's pegged basically 1-to-1 to the US dollar. And let's just say if we have a hypothetical situation where the US dollar was to collapse, it's still going to be backed by commodities. USDT isn't going anywhere. So, you have a lot of FUD out there with BUSD, right? Being minted by Paxos stopping the minting process. A lot of, the CZ Binance basically liquidate almost $1 billion worth of BUSD. You got USD that's been unpegged multiple times during this bear cycle. Have you ever seen USDT lose its pegging? I haven't. Because it's literally tied to the US dollar. So again, it all comes back to rewarding holders in the right way, giving them a crypto they don't have to worry about. You don't have to chart watch. You don't have to, unless you want to day trade, then you'll obviously chart watch. You don't have to be worried that someone's going to dump it on you, because there's anti-whale measures in place. You can only have a 1% max back. And every time somebody sells, you're making more money, because it's triggering more volume, right? So there's 10% rewards for holders. And this is important because eventually it's going to go to 16% reward. So I really want to drive this point home. Right now it's set at 10%. That's 4% coming from the buy tax and 6% coming from the sell tax. That's a total of 10%. That when the batch payment goes out, that is what's distributed in a 10% form to all holders based on volume and bag size. Eventually, though, guys, there will come a time where we are going to up the rewards to 16%. Now, that's an insane opportunity. Now, how and when will that happen? Because there's going to be a lot of questions there. We, at the moment, have not renounced the contract because we are still early. We're working. We need that marketing wallet so we can properly market this, get it out there in front of the crypto world, and explain to them why they need to hold this coin. Now, when we no longer need access to that, we will renounce the contract and we will move the 6% that's being used for that into the tokenomics of rewards, taking you from 10% to 16%. Now, what that would mean for anyone holding a 1% max back, if you want to pull up a calculator text as well, I'll walk you through a formula real quick here, and you can show live some people what they could make here. Yeah,
I got one up right in front of me.
Okay, beautiful.
Not planned.
That's okay. You're good.
Yeah, so, go ahead, Paula. No, I wanted you to get your time to shine, because I know you got the details. But
yeah, you're good, brother.
Yeah, I just want to tell people too, what's good about getting a stable coin, right, and getting rewards in the stable coin is no selling pressure, right? So it kind of removes selling pressure overall, where if somebody had a bigger bag than other people and they were just selling the reflections, which that's everybody's right to do, it removes that selling pressure. But to top it off, not to say that obviously I want crypto to go down or whatever, but during fluctuations, during times when crypto is volatile like it is, you have this USDT kind of almost letting you just sit back, right? Get these rewards, and then you can place a new position on either StackG, BRB Cash, of course, I'm gonna throw that out there, or just just hold on to this USDT and wait for Bitcoin to come down a little bit more, because crypto's always going to be volatile. It's just so there's a lot of opportunity here with StackG that I really like. It's rare that you see something giving you a stable coin, and I don't think people understand all the benefits of it, right? Is no selling pressure. And I'm gonna say stuff that Arnold talked about. It's for the everyday person. We're not over here telling you that you're going to be getting a Lambo tomorrow or nothing like that. But you know what? You could be getting USDT rewards where it's helping you out with a bill. And you can't tell me, when we did some of that math of some of the people holding 1%, with some good volume, we're talking about, an extra $900 a month, either helping out with the rent, helping you out with bills or a car note and your insurance, or like I said, while crypto's being volatile, you're holding on to your StackG. So like that, you're always getting your USDT. You're just waiting for a good position on either StackG, BRB Cash, or any other crypto, right? We talked about on the AMA that I had with you guys on Friday that we're not holding people back to anything or whatsoever, because none of this is financial advice, right? You could invest however you want, but that's an opportunity that StackG is giving you where you can choose to either pay some bills or diversify yourself with that USDT when you see fit or see a position that you like.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Rico, I appreciate the way you put that down, man, because it's spot on. Texas, what I'm going to have you do real quick for everybody on there. And there's Arna right there in chat. So he might not be with us in voice, but he's here with us in spirit. So what I'm going to have you, Texan, do is take, I want you to take 10,000 tokens, and I want you to divide that by 1 million. You should get 0.001.
0.001.
Okay, I want you to copy that number. Next, what you're going to do, we're going to play with a couple 24-hour trading volume equations. So we're going to say first that we have $25,000 in 24-hour trading volume. So you're going to take this, by the way, everyone listening, this is the formula of how you would calculate your reward. So the first part that I did is you take however many tokens you have, you divide it by 1 million. You copy that little number. In this case, we're using a 1% bag example. So that's 0.001. So next, you're going to take that and you're going to use the 24-hour trading volume. So in this example, we're going to say it's 25,000. So I want Tex and Will to take $25,000 and times that by 10%, which is the current reward ratio. Next, you're going to take that number and you're going to times that by their stake position, which is the number you got when you divided by 1 million. What number do you get?
So by 10, that's 2,500, and then we're going to go ahead and multiply by that point.
0.001. Yep.
And we have $2.50.
$2.50. So in 20, so well, are you sure? Let's try that again. So 25,000 times 10%.
No, I could have just put that in wrong. Bear with me.
That's okay.
25,000
times 10%. 10%.
One. Yeah, that's 2,500.
Okay. Times that stake position.
Times 0.001. I wonder if it's 0.
Let me run it online real quick. It's going to fade me out for a second. Hang on one second.
Yeah.
And while you're doing that and getting that ready, this is something cool that Arnold put out here. Mr. Arnold St. Pierre. If you don't hear his drops, those are not true exclusives. Had to do that. But StackG USDT rewards can be used to day trade StackG to initiate buys and sells volume to help pay yourself in USDT from trade volume you create. So, that same rewards that you're getting, you can go ahead and reinvest them, create some trading volume yourself, and therefore basically pay yourself in USDT, which, just shows you another variable that StackG is bringing to the table and stuff for sure.
And you were right, Texan Will. I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to double check it. So $25,000 in 24-hour trading volume, by the way, is very low. So when you see this example, understand this is low volume, right? So a 1% bag would get $2.50 every time a batch went out at that trading volume. Now understand that the more coins traded, the more batches could go out. So it's not that you would see this just one time, right? When we did the 7x run up, people were getting batch payments like every 5 minutes because it was triggering so many tokens traded. So in this example, let's say that you saw it once per day for 30 days, okay? You would make $2.50 a day. You times that by 30, that's $75. Well, you just earned $75 in USDT stable for doing nothing but holding your bag while other people day traded your token.
That'll pay your PCS bill, right?
There you go, right? Now I want you to take that same formula and we're going to up the ante. We're going to do it at $50,000 in 24-hour trading volume. So when you do that, yep. So 50,000 times the same numbers. So times 10%. Okay, times 0.001. Now you're getting
$5.
$5 a day, right? So you can see how just upping that trading volume upped your rewards. Now understand that that's going to go from 10% to 16% when we renounce the contract and we no longer have to fully market this the way we are right now. Then all those rewards are going to get funneled right to you. Now, that might not sound insane for a lot of people. It's like, oh, well, I'm only making $5 a batch. Okay. Well, if there's 15 batches in a day, now you take $5 times it by 15, and then you figure out every day where that's at. You could be looking at hundreds to thousands of dollars in USDT based on a very, very, very low amount of time. So, it's one of those things where the potential for StackG is really kind of limitless, because as we go into the bull run, you're going to see more and more trading volume kicking up. You're going to see more and more tokens getting traded upon, and you're going to see more and more opportunity to make additional money. So StackG is constantly rewarding you in 24-hour trading volume USDT rewards. Literally guarantees you a base residual income that you're making on a consistent basis. And you don't have to do anything more than hold your bag.
Yeah, and I think we just probably want to just validate if it's 0.001 or if it's 0.01. And I think that'll be the discrepancy of maybe what.
Well, that might have. Sorry, I'm driving, so that might have been my bad.
Arnold's got it down below. We got it in the chat. He's got it right there. We're looking at about $750 a month. That's money for your eggs when prices of eggs went up and gas was skyrocket.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's
0.01. I knew it sounded off. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. 0.01. I knew that sounded off, but. Even if it was 0.001, $2.50, that's still insane. So I'm sorry. Highlight Arno's if you got it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. That's the exact formula. I'm sorry. Yeah. Driving and coming back at the same time is not my forte.
Being a stuntman and trying to do math, no, that doesn't work. That just doesn't work. It doesn't add up, does it?
Right. So yes, as Arno stated, and I'm just going to read it out there, right? So it's the trading volume in this case is 25,000 in 24-hour trading volume times 10%. So everything stays the same. The only difference was we had an extra zero. You take that, you take the 10,000 tokens, divide that by 1 million. That's 0.01. That is indeed $25 every time that a batch trade occurs. And then as he stated here as well, and he's kind of talking about how the rewards are triggered. StackG is triggered for every 100 tokens traded upon. So like I talked about, both buy and sell volume. And then it's collected up to a 1,000 token point at which the batch is released. And then that goes out to all holders based on their bag size and the trading volume, which will equal what their reward is. So I'm glad we clarified that. Sorry for those watching live that we goofed on that math.
It's all good.
Well, I guess the point is, right? The point is, at the end of the day, we're talking about significant gains from passive income, and that's really what we want for the average investor here in this project. It's not about getting on a central exchange, and I feel like if you do with this, of course, when you do. If you were to do this with its current tokenomics, all those taxes, that all goes away. They don't like that. That all has to get whitelisted out. So it wouldn't even work, right? Your method behind this makes sense. Keeping it on the dexes makes total sense.
Yeah.
And then of course, well, how else do you do that without getting the word out? You have to have that marketing wallet. In parts, and this is kind of what BRBC or BRB Cash is doing, is that central exchange for us was that additional way to market who it is that we are and getting the name out. What you're doing is you're adding that additional tax in so that you can do it yourself the way that you feel like you want to market it. I think it's smart. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
So, what else are we missing on this, Valhalla?
Give me one second here. Really, what I just want to drive home to everybody, 2 points here, and it's really important ones for everybody to understand. Crypto does not have to be difficult, right? When we're looking at something like StackG, sometimes the most simplest of equations is the most impactful, right? When we're telling you you're getting rewarded in USDT stable, we mean that. That is 100% exactly how this works out. There's nothing behind the scenes here that is, this is, let's just be clear. This is not a rug pull. This is not a joke. This is not a bullshit token. Excuse my French. A lot of rewards tokens, a lot of ENU tokens, there's a lot of crap in the crypto space right now that is just not, it's not conducive to new investors. It's not how we're going to bring in mass adoption. This is something where we're trying to give people an opportunity to make additional plays. We're trying to give you money to put into crypto to better your life. We're trying to help you take care of the bills on the table. Go get a bag. Right now, you can get a 1% bag, I think under $600. Almost a 1% bag right now. It's at a steal at this point. Join our AMAs. They're every Tuesday and every Friday. And then we're filling in Twitter AMAs as we feel they're necessary to continue to get the word out there. Arno is incredibly passionate about this project. One thing I'd ask you to pull up on the website, I want to point out where you can currently buy StackG, because I feel like that's very important for people to know. Rico, can you pull up the site real quick?
Absolutely, no problem. 1 second.
No worries. Excuse me.
Okay, got too many things going on right now.
No worries, you're good, man.
I got you.
Okay.
Got you. Here it is.
There you go. Teamwork.
So as you guys can see, teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
There it is.
2 points I want to make on this. StackG was created using the Gympad platform. Rico talked about this in his video. We drive it home every day in our AMAs. Gympad is one of the most trusted platforms for smart contract creation. All smart contracts are immediately audited by Contract Wolf. So StackG has had a full audit by Contract Wolf. It is verified. It is safe. It is an absolute legitimate smart contract. Then you can buy it currently on 9 different decentralized platforms. You've got PancakeSwap. That's where we launched. We're on 1inch Exchange. We're on Uniswap BSC. You can get us on KyberSwap, BuySwap, Dodo Swap. We're on W3 Swap, which is a Chinese swap/exchange, which is awesome. We've tapped into that Asian market, and I'm super excited for that. We're on NamiDex and ApeSwap. And we will continue to add more and more decentralized options for our holders and potential investors. I'd encourage you guys, get into our Telegram. Arno, if you are listening, if you can link the Telegram link in chat, that would be amazing so they can highlight it. Get into chat. Join us in Telegram. Become a part of the community. Go check us out on Twitter. Go watch the videos we put out there. Look at the material you see out there. I mean, it'll show you the breakdowns of StackG. When you really start to dive into this project and you see just how absolutely groundbreaking but yet simple it truly is, I'm surprised that people didn't do it sooner. But, again, everybody thinks they have to come out with this crazy, absorbent, extravagant roadmap, or that nobody will buy your token or invest in your project. I firmly believe that crypto comes down to 2 fundamental things: the team behind the project and what the project stands for. I stand for paying you in USDT stable and giving you an opportunity to go make additional crypto plays with the volume that you earn, the payouts you earn based on volume, or to help you pay those bills that are on the kitchen table. Because, hey, I'm an average person. I just got off a 9-to-5 job driving home while I'm on this AMA. I literally got off work to come on here and talk about this crypto. I work 9 to 5, right? I got bills that I've got to pay too. StackG helps me pay those same bills. It's designed for the average investor. That's who we're looking for. That's who we're trying to attract. That's who we want to help. So come be a part of this amazing community and this opportunity that's out there. Learn from myself and Arno. Learn from these gentlemen on this AMA tonight. Pay attention to the videos and the tweets that Rico Moneybags puts out there, because StackG isn't going anywhere. And this bull run's coming. The volume's going to tick up. When these retail investors enter the scene, we like to joke and call it dog fooding, where people basically just throw money at the wall and pray that something sticks. if you don't think that StackG is going to see $100,000 a day in 24-hour training volume, there's going to be days where you're going to see that. I can just tell you it's going to happen. And if you're holding a 1% bag during those days, man, you're going to look back at these slow moments and go, I'm glad I didn't sell. I'm glad I didn't walk away, because it's going to reward you. It's going to reward you in some amazing stable. I mean, and that's what it's all about, is we're all in crypto to get paid. That's why we're here, right? Doesn't matter what crypto you represent, what community you're a part of. You can be a part of any army out there, if you want to call it that, right? Shido, Volt, Shiba, Doge, Saitama. You know what? All of these investors are looking to win. Get a bag and win, because that's what StackG is all about, is paying you guys.
Right.
Boom.
Yeah.
There it is. Drop the mic.
Yeah, drop the mic. Yeah, that's for sure. And what you're saying about just throwing stuff at the wall and hoping it sticks. Like, we all remember the bull market, and anything was booming, right? And now we're kind of we're the OGs in this space, right? And those who are just getting tapped in with us either on this BRB podcast that we're doing here, or the AMAs that we're doing with StackG. This is a great way for you guys to understand how to diversify your funds and your crypto. Obviously, we'll say the cliche, not financial advice, but we're not stepping on anybody's toes. Everything is bringing their own thing to the table. And this is a great way for you guys to start connecting the dots, reading between the lines, because the bull market is right there. The bull's already, doing the foot thing, kicking up some dust, is ready to take off. And this is a great way to get ready for it, for sure. And stay tuned. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channels. Make sure you guys are tapped into the Twitter pages. We do got the Telegram in the chat. If you guys can go over there and show some love, I really appreciate it. And diversify your funds. Start now before this bull takes off all the way.
Absolutely, man. That's absolutely. And I know we're all about ready to get out of here. I'm about ready to get out of here and go find me some fine Chinese for this evening. So that's
good.
Next on my agenda. Before I bounce again, I just want to bring it home. I want to tie it home, guys. The bull run's coming. We're all in agreement sitting here on this channel. We're there. It's coming. And you need to be in projects that are going to help you win. You need to diversify your portfolio. Do not go into this bull run, please. I'm begging you from the bottom of my heart. Do not go into this bull run thinking that one project is going to make you a millionaire. Do not go into this bull run listening to people who want you to buy their products so they can profit off of you and you can lose. Don't make those mistakes. Do education, DYOR. Look at what the project is promising you. Look at what the project has achieved. See if it actually is going to matter in the bull run. If the stars align, buy a bag. If it makes sense, get a position. Hold that position and get ready, because the fireworks are about to start. And when they start, man, I'm looking forward to the holders in StackG celebrating the rewards. Like Arno said, from launch, we have holders right now with 1% bags that have made over $130 based on volume. That's with $5,000 to $7,000 in volume at this point. I mean, the majority of those rewards have been triggered in low volume settings. Imagine that in the bull run, guys. That's all there is to it.
For sure.
That's it. Absolutely. Very well said, for sure. I think that this project definitely has some legs. You had said earlier, Valhalla, being in the position that you're in, and that being kind of the motivator, right? You're working 9 to 5. This is the type of audience that you want. This is the type of investor that you want in the project. I can tell you that that's kind of our passion as well with BRB Cash, right? Because we see, and I talk to folks, and it's funny because I was at work today. I was talking to one of the guys, and they said, well, I don't even know how to buy an NFT. And,
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, well, you know what? And that's kind of where our passion is as well. It's like, let's try to get everyone together, support the space that is important to us to get us to that next level. The bull run is coming. Don't be on the sidelines. Do your own research. Definitely don't. And you had said one project. Yeah, you know what? Diversify. Take a look. There's thousands of projects out there. For all you know, you may be sitting on or included on this next big thing. check them out, right? But again, education is key. Do your own research. Tune in next time, next Thursday.
Absolutely.
Join us, and definitely tune into Valhalla's AMAs twice a week. Twice a week. Yes, sir. What days are those?
Tuesdays and Fridays, Texan Will.
Boom. There it
Boom.
is. Definitely check it out. Check it out. One more thing for the folks listening for BRB cash and a little bit of status. We'll make it quick, and then we're going to close the curtain on this one tonight. We did submit paperwork into the listing for CMC as well as CoinGecko. So we're just waiting to hear back from those folks. That was on Monday. That was, 3 days ago now. Everything in crypto goes super fast, except for when dealing with the admin stuff. I don't know about you guys. I feel like you got the right idea, staying on decks, because when you get in bed with some of these folks, it seems like all they do is just drag their feet. So
we're right there with CoinMarketCap, man. I put it into about a week and a half ago, and I'm waiting for a response email. I'm like, where you at, guys?
So this message is for CoinMarketCap then. Let's get it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Got to get on it, CoinMarketCap.
Yeah.
We're coming for you. We're coming for you. So just keep it up. Listen, Valhalla, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Definitely love having you on. Definitely come back. We want to have get some updates on all the good that is going on in your project. Moneybag Rico, thank you so much as usual.
It was a pleasure.
Love the shades, brother.
Thank you, man.
Love the shades.
It was a pleasure. Always a great time with you guys.
Everyone, have a great night.
Yep. Take care, guys.
Out of here.